Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Chairman of STDC, Lukendra sir, respected Additional Secretary Tourism, all faculties, and my dear students. I have many years of experience in ecotourism development and hospitality. And the hospitality tourism faculties of our university, they have requested me, they have told me to speak a few lines on tourism on this special occasion. So I thought I should have my few statements here. So today I'm going to speak about sustainable development goals and its importance in Sikkim tourism context. So all the viewers, all the ladies and gentlemen, everyone, it is our most challenging, difficult, and extraordinary time we are facing today. The tourism industry has been devastated. Entirely stakeholders are suffering due to large economic slowdown due to pandemic. And we really can't predict what is going to happen post lockdown, post pandemic in tourism industries. But I have a feeling that we should be very positive on taking this as an opportunity to reshape our tourism industry. The pandemic has given us a chance to redesign, revive, rebuild, and rebuild the tourism in a way that are more sustainable. Our Kapil Meena sir and Lukendra sir has put up this point already in their speech that we have to move towards sustainability this time. And as per my the speech today, I have to speak about sustainable goals (SDGs) that are set by the UN to transform our world. So to all the viewers, we have 17 sustainable development goals. So some of the very important goals are no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitations, and there are many more. So out of these 17 sustainable goals, I want to discuss those few goals that has directly connected with the tourism industries and development. So, I also like to, before I begin the sustainable component, I also would like to inform everyone that this time, as mentioned by Kapil Meena sir, the theme has focused on tourism and rural development as well. And it is this World Tourism Day today is also to celebrate the sector's unique ability to drive economic development and provide opportunities outside of big cities. Yeah, again, it's informed by the Kapil Meena sir. So now, keeping the context of Sikkim, what I would like to say is whatever the tourism is happening in Gangtok, in Sikkim, in the main tourist areas, whoever the tourist comes to Gangtok and they are taken to 10 and 11 points in Gangtok. So now it is time that we divert these tourists to other part as well, so that those communities who are in the rural side are not left behind. So the policy should be such that the tourist groups are diverted to several regions instead of focusing in just one or two main areas in order to sustain. So now here it's very important because we have been sending people to Changu Lake. We have been sending people to this Baba Nathula and other places last few decades. So now these places needs to be revived. If we keep on sending people there without calculating, we have to really take care of the carrying capacity of each areas. So now the tourist needs to be diverted to other location as well so that everybody gets benefited. And the World Tourism Day 2020 also highlights the important role tourism plays in preserving and promoting culture and heritage all around the world. So I will be discussing this also in later. And this tourism also, the World Tourism Day theme also tells us how tourism helps in promoting culture. So now, for all of us, for everybody, for all the viewers, promoting culture sounds very, very simple to all of us. But it has very large picture that some of us are still not being able to see yet. We have to preserve this for many generations to come. It gives us identity. So you see here, how can we promote and preserve our culture through tourism? Tourism plays a very important role in reviving our culture and preserving our culture. So first, I believe in my entire career, I have seen the many stakeholders. I have seen how tourism functions. So now I want to bring the culture of inculcating conservation and preservation and sustainability as our first priority when it comes to tourism. So now let me go to like why sustainability is important, why sustainable tourism is important to us. So here, sustainable tourism is important to maximize tourism's socio-economic contribution while maximizing its possible negative impacts like carbon footprint. So things like we have not thought of, like when the visitors visit our state, they use vehicles, they use electricity, they use water, they use our resources. So it gives like positive impact and negative impact as well. So the negative impacts, we have to try to minimize the negative impacts. So what happens, the carbon footprints increases and causes global warming and ultimately climate change. So like Kapil Meena sir and Lukendra sir was also informing that climate change is a very big issue now. So now how can we together change it? So these are the things I wanted to discuss. And I also, in this forum, I also want to inform that, everybody, all the viewers, that why tourists are here in Sikkim. Why tourists are here? They are not here to see they are not here for luxury tourism. They are not here to see the huge structures. In Sikkim, we are blessed with nature. We are blessed with forest. We are blessed with favorable climatic conditions and nature. So not the luxury tourism at all. We really don't have to build a huge statues or a huge building to attract tourists. That is not our USP. Our USP is just the nature and climate. So many people from our neighboring state, they come here to feel the chill feeling, of the climate. If we don't take care of this nature, will vanish due to this climate change, and there might be risk in tourism in decades to come. So this is one point. Another point is to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. We have to inculcate a culture of involving community in activities. Some can do like, if we want to sustain, what I want to tell to all the stakeholders that if I am running a hotel, then I should involve some community of our people as local guide, some as a in culture dance. Some of them can sell the souvenir. So the entire communities gets benefited. This change should be there in all. We should not break the ecosystem of this tourism. So, and we can bring peace through this. Otherwise, if only one person is benefiting from tourism, suppose like I have a 4-star hotel in Sikkim, and I have my staff from outside, I am doing everything on my own, I am not involving the people of Sikkim, then the peace, the fostering and building peace, the theme of the World Tourism Day, this will collapse, because peace cannot happen when the income generation is happening in only one person. So the whole community should benefit rather than only one person or one hotel of the entire community benefiting from it. And sustainable tourism also address the global challenges, which is a climate change and environmental degradations. I have already told about this. So here I would like to add one more point. The releasing of greenhouse gases has steadily increased over the past decade, and the average global temperature has also steadily increased. As a result, in fact, the Earth is 1 degree warmer now. So when we think about 1 degree, it's maybe it's not significant at all for everybody, for all the listener. 1 degree is, it's not significant, but it's a warning sign. Because if we do not start to decrease rapidly, it could mean economic and environmental crisis. I believe everybody is already seeing the crisis happening in our state itself. The number of landslides, the number of even the climate change is happening. So this shows that we have to very carefully address and handle the impacts that will hit the planet Earth very soon. So now, and then moving on to next point, a big players, I'm again repeating, a big players like hoteliers, 5-star hotels, 7-star hotels, and 3-star hotels in Gangtok should support the small players in village. How, how they can support? They should try to extend the number of stays, their tourists, stays of their tourists by sending them to rural areas. See, if the big players are supporting the small players, then everybody will benefit. This is what I want to request to all the stakeholders, that we should give them activities that they can spend on when they are here. Because in my entire tourism career, I had a feeling that people, international travelers, very big travelers, they come here, but they have no place to spend. So this, the big players, the hoteliers, the luxury vehicle owners, so all of them, so they are the only medium who can promote this rural development. And I also would like to say that the sustainable development also helps in fostering awareness among the visitors and local community. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
So I also would like to say that the sustainable development also helps in fostering awareness among the visitors and local community on the importance of tourism and its social, cultural, political, and economic value. So now, one thing I want to say that culture, how can we are saying that we have to keep promoting culture, we have to promote our tradition, we have to promote this and that. We keep telling, but in the background, what is happening? That until and unless all the stakeholders of Sikkim, all the stakeholders, everybody, if we do not in our mind and heart have the sense of sustainability, sense of belongingness, love for our nature, for our heritage, for our forest, then we will not be able to conserve it. Once you have this feeling within you, then you can tell this to the visitors, the tourists, whoever comes to Gangtok, whoever comes to Sikkim. What is happening is they just go to Changu Lake, for example. They take pictures and they come back. But what message we have given them? We have not given them any message. We have not given them any story. We have not given them any lines of, that shows that how important is our place. If we tell them that Changu is a holy lake, and then we preserve this place, and it's a holy lake, and every day we get up and we pray to Mount Kanchenjunga. So these kind of stories, if we tell to our tourists, then tourists will know the value of the place. Otherwise, there are no medium in between that will bring the message. So we have to bring these kind of message also by bringing up tourist guides who are an interpretive guides. Like Lukendra sir was telling, intensive training is required at this at this hour. So this is very important. And interpretations, I would also, since many students are here, I would also like to give an example of the pen I am holding. This pen, if I tell to tourists, take a picture of this pen, and they will say, okay, I have taken one picture of a pen in Sikkim. But if I tell the tourists that this pen belongs to my ancestor, this pen has a story about it, and this pen belongs to my grandfather, and it came down from my ancestor to my grandfather, to my grandparents, and to me, and this will move on to another generation. If I give some story to this pen I'm holding, then what happens? It gives value to this pen. So all the resources we have, like Changu Lake we have, like the Kanchenjunga, the pictures every tourist takes. So we have to tell tourists the importance of our resources. Then only we can preserve the culture. Otherwise, it will be like, it will just vanish in no time. So And these are the few things I wanted to tell about the sustainable development. And to all my viewers, our beautiful state Sikkim is recognized as biodiversity hotspot of global significance. So it is one of the biodiversity hotspot, and it's very, very rich in culture and flora and fauna. So 80%, 83% of the entire Sikkim land is covered with forest. So what more do we need? Because you see here, the entire world, entire nation is now planning to develop forest. So now they have come to know the value of forest, the value of nature, and we already have that. So the national KNP Kanchenjunga National Park, we have 7 wildlife sanctuaries: Bersih, Mainam, Famonglo, Singba, Kitam, and we have all these resources with us. We are very rich in terms of forest and natural resources. These beautiful these natures, these forests, these lakes you are taking tourists every time, these are not only for us. These are for our future generation also. These are for them as well. So we need to safeguard them with a proper policy, with a proper guideline, with taking tourists in a proper manner. Our future.
I guess there's a network problem for her end.
Me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
I got disconnected just now or before this?
No, you got disconnected just now.
Yeah, I'm ending my speech, okay? It became very long. So this, we need to really conserve, and, we have to safeguard them. And these are the things I wanted to say. And before I end, I want to say that post-pandemic, solidarity tourism, sustainable tourism will be the most preferred package for few years, I believe. And yes, would end by suggesting one tourism mode, which is an isolation tourism, which is going to be the next big thing in tourism industry for international and national travelers. So, and allow me to end here. I think I took more than 10 minutes, and really sorry about it. And wishing everyone a very happy World Tourism Day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was indeed a very, very detailed session. Spreading